This lesson is going to be on the slope of a line and finding an equation of a line. The essential question is, how do you find the slope of a line and how do you use it to graph a line and to find its equation? Slope can often be defined as steepness, okay? So if we're talking the slope of a line, we're talking how steep is this line? Is it flat? Is it steep? Or somewhere in between? Slope can also be defined as rise over run. Slope can also be defined as y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Now this is where you're using the xy coordinate plane and you have 2 points, x1, y1, and x2, y2, when you want to know the slope between those 2 points. You simply say y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You have to be careful, though, that you're consistent, okay? And that it doesn't matter which point is point 1 and which point is point 2, just so long as you remember that point 1 is point 1 for both x and y, and point 2 is for both x and y. So let's look at an example here. Let's say we're asked to find the slope of a line containing the points minus 2, 3, and 4, minus 1. So if we use the definition of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, we've got the slope equaling minus 1 minus 3 over 4 minus a minus 2, which is equal to minus 4 over 6, which is equal to minus 2/3. So what exactly does negative slope imply? Negative slope implies that when you're looking at the graph and you're going from left to right, basically you're going downhill. If the slope is positive when you're going from left to right, you're going uphill. Okay, so a negative slope from left to right is going down. Now, if you've got a line whose equation is in the form ax plus by equals c, the slope can be defined as minus a over b. Okay, so this is something that is useful to know if you've got an equation in the form ax plus by equals c. Now let's look at an example. Let's say we were asked to find the slope of the line 5x minus 2y equals 20. Now, in this case, a is equal to 5, b is equal to minus 2, and c is equal to 20. So the slope, therefore, is equal to minus a over b, as we said. So in this case, it would be minus a, which is 5, over b, which is minus 2, or minus 5 over minus 2, which simply comes out to be 5 halves. Positive 5 halves is the slope. Now, another thing you should be aware of is that normally slope is represented by the letter lowercase m. So the slope of a line, you could also say m is equal to the slope. So in this particular example, we could say m is equal to 5 halves, and everyone would know that we are talking about the slope as being equal to 5 halves. Now the definition of slope of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 leads us to one particular form of the equation of a line, and that is referred to as the point slope form. Now the point slope form simply is y minus y1 is equal to m times x minus x1. Now this is really useful if you're trying to find the equation of a line and they give you the slope m and they give you one point that the line goes through, x1 comma y1. You simply can plug them into this formula and get the point slope form of the equation of that particular line. So now let's look at an example. Let's say we want to find the equation of the line through the point 2 comma 1 and having the slope m equals 3. Well, if we use our formula, we can simply plug these numbers in. And our result is simply y minus 1 equals 3 parentheses x minus 2 parentheses. The point slope form of the equation of the line going through 2 comma 1 and having a slope of 3. Now I would like you to find the slope of the line containing the point 3 comma 1 and 2 comma 2. Post your answer in the drop box. Now there's another form of the equation of the line, and this is referred to as the slope-intercept form. So the slope-intercept form is simply y equals mx plus b. Now in this case, m again is the slope of the line. B, however, is the y-intercept. So b is the y-intercept, m is the slope. So our example is going to be, find the equation of a line having a slope minus 2 and a y-intercept of 4. So our equation, therefore, is y is equal to minus 2x plus 4. Minus 2 is the slope, 4 is the y-intercept. Now, this leads us to a theorem relating to parallel and perpendicular lines. Let L1 and L2 be two different lines with slopes m1 and m2 respectively. First, L1 and L2 are parallel if and only if m1 is equal to m2. 2. L1 and L2 are perpendicular if and only if m1 times m2 is equal to minus 1. So if the slopes are equal, your lines are parallel. If the product of the slopes is equal to minus 1, then they're perpendicular. Another way of looking at perpendicular lines is the slopes are going to be negative reciprocals of each other. So they're going to be opposite signs, and one of them is going to be the reciprocal of the other, so that basically it's going to be flipped. Now I would like you to tell me whether the given lines are parallel, perpendicular, or neither. And as usual, I'd like you to post your answer in the Dropbox. Thank you.